Here are the crypto top headlines covered in this video. BRICS countries Russia and China driving gold price to historic highs amid push to ditch dollar, says Bank of France. Next, John Deaton vows to fight federal CBDC, calls it a hill to die on. Also, Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity, like gold, says Cantor Fitzgerald CEO. Welcome to Crypto Top Headlines, where there's no clickbait thumbnails or titles, and no speeches on my opinions, just bringing crypto's news to you. I would greatly appreciate it if you would click on the like and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell. It does help support the channel, so thank you in advance for doing so. Now, on to these headlines. Our first top headline, BRICS countries Russia and China driving gold price to historic highs amid push to ditch dollar, says Bank of France. Russia and China's desire to ditch the dollar is fueling the price of gold, according to the Bank of France. In a new report, the central bank notes the price of the precious metal has risen to new all-time highs despite global outflows in gold exchange-traded funds and risk aversion on the financial markets amid the Fed's tight monetary policy over the last 2 years. Citing data from the World Gold Council, or WGC, the bank says demand for gold has been led by Russia and China, citing diversification away from dollar-denominated assets, either for macroeconomic or geopolitical reasons, de-dollarization as a bullish factor boosting the price. Although the dollar remains the dominant currency, its share in central bank reserves has fallen to 59%, a 25-year low, says IMF. Overall, demand for gold from central banks has doubled over the last 2 years, from 30 March 2021 to 30 March 2023, compared with previous years, which has had a major impact on the price. The bank adds that Chinese and Indian retail investors are also pushing the value of gold to fresh record highs. Moreover, since 2024, Chinese and Indian households have significantly increased their investment in gold, excluding jewelry, by an additional 68% and 19% respectively. Between Q1 2023 and Q1 2024, according to WGC data, apparently to diversify their investments in the face of sharply declining property and equity markets in China and increased savings capacity in India. Gold has jumped from its 2022 low of $1,614 per ounce to an all-time high of $2,685 this month, an increase of 66%. At time of writing, gold is trading at $2,658. Let me pause here for a moment. If you're getting value out of this video, please click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Our next top headline, John Deaton vows to fight federal CBDC, calls it a hill to die on. John Deaton has discussed his stance on U.S. Federal Reserve CBDCs, regulatory clarity, and government accountability in his Senate run. John Deaton, a prominent voice in the cryptocurrency space, has made his position clear in his run for the United States Senate seat in Massachusetts. In an interview with Generation Infinity, Deaton discussed his opposition to a U.S. Federal Reserve-issued central bank digital currency, or CBDC, and his broader focus on regulatory clarity and government accountability. If there's a CBDC that's used by the government to reduce friction with the banking system, or something like that, that's one thing. But a consumer-issued CBDC by the Federal Reserve? No, that's a hill I'm willing to die on to oppose. Opposition to a federal CBDC. In the interview, Deaton alleged that a federal CBDC could replace cash and allow the government to monitor and potentially restrict how individuals spend their money. He referenced Senator Elizabeth Warren's support for a CBDC, arguing that it could limit the use of crypto assets like Bitcoin. Senator Warren introduced her bill that's a de facto ban on Bitcoin and self-custody of crypto in the United States. She proposed a Federal Reserve-issued CBDC that really could replace cash. Accountability concerns. In the interview, the pro-crypto attorney addressed government accountability and fiscal responsibility, expressing his support for term limits for senators and representatives. He argued that long-term incumbency contributes to a lack of fresh ideas and accountability in Washington, and criticized the practice of former regulators quickly moving to private sector roles. You shouldn't be allowed to be the SEC chairman on Friday, and on Monday you're Apollo Group's advisor. There should be a 3 to 5 statutory gap from being a regulator and then going into a job in that industry. Deaton calls for regulator clarity. In addition to his opposition to a federal CBDC, Deaton was vocal about the necessity for clear regulations in the crypto industry, highlighting the approach of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. When I took on the SEC on behalf of XRP holders, what I said from the very first writ of mandamus was just say that XRP itself isn't a security. That's all you've got to do, which is follow the law of 75 years. The Senate candidate argued that a lack of regulatory clarity had led some innovators and companies to avoid the U.S. market altogether, stating that some entrepreneurs decided to exclude the U.S. market in the last 5 years. Our next top headline, Bitcoin should be treated as a commodity like gold, says Cantor Fitzgerald CEO. Cantor Fitzgerald CEO Howard Lutnick advocates for Bitcoin to be classified as a commodity, citing its similarities to gold and oil. Cantor Fitzgerald CEO Howard Lutnick appeared on Fox Business on September 27th and urged regulators to classify Bitcoin as a commodity similar to gold and oil. In the Mornings with Maria interview, Lutnick stated that the status of Bitcoin as a commodity is well established and called for clear regulation of the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin is a commodity. It should be treated like gold and like oil. It's just a commodity. Bitcoin as a commodity. Maria asked Lutnick whether he believed commodities and other things that are traded on Cantor Fitzgerald's exchange would experience similar regulations to those in equities. Lutnick said he believes commodities and equities will emerge over a long period of time, over maybe 20 years. The CEO emphasized his concern over regulators' inability to grasp the importance of BTC and the broader digital asset industry. Let's face it, they don't even know how to do crypto and digital at all, and they have no idea. They still don't understand how important it is to get it right. Cantor Fitzgerald's $2 billion BTC lending program. On July 27th, at the Bitcoin 2024 conference in Nashville, Tennessee, Lutnick announced the launch of a BTC lending program offering leverage to those who own Bitcoin. The financial services firm's CEO said it would launch with $2 billion of lending through its Bitcoin financing business. In his closing statement at the conference, Lutnick said the firm would welcome Bitcoin into the financing family of the global financial market. Lutnick to co-lead Trump transition team. In an August 16th statement, former United States President Donald Trump's campaign team said that Lutnick would co-lead the Republican nominee's transition team if he wins the presidential election in November. Alongside World Wrestling Entertainment co-founder Linda McMahon, Lutnick will oversee the organization of policies and staff management within the transition team. Alex Grieve, Paradigm's government affairs lead, stated in an August 16th X post that Lutnick's inclusion in the team is huge for crypto because the Cantor Fitzgerald CEO is a big crypto bull. So this concludes Crypto Top Headlines. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe buttons as well as the notification bell. Also, leave your thoughts in the comments and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you all for watching Crypto Top Headlines, bringing crypto's news to you.